Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome to March's vlog. If you're a new subscriber, or maybe you just don't know, on the first of every month I like to upload a video that isn't gameplay or game related as such. It's more personal, more behind the scenes. Sometimes we get to connect a little bit easier. I watch the comment section a lot closer and I get some good feedback from you guys on certain topics. Today I want to answer a quick question first, being, why do you always have the green screen down on your vlogs when there's nothing like in that green screen? Two reasons. Number one, it keeps the sun out of the webcam. As you can see, like over on this side, it's very bright. That window, it faces like the sun all day. So that's sort of one reason. Second reason, it hides the mess that I've got behind it. I don't need to clear up in order to... I don't need to tidy my room, Mom, in order to record a video. I can just put the green screen down and you guys have no idea it's there until I tell you. The second reason is, why are you wearing a big old jumper on the inside? Well, that's a question that I can't answer. That's because of our heating. I live out in the sticks. There's no sort of, I don't know how you guys get your, how do you guys heat your house? Do you use oil? We use oil here. Or do you use gas, or do you have some other sort of form of heating? I don't exactly know what other people have, to be honest. But we use oil here, so we have a big oil drums, like big oil drums outside, and you turn on the boiler and it heats up the oil or burns the oil and gives you hot water for your radiators or for your water or whatever. And when it starts to get low, you need to call someone up and say, look, I'm running out of oil, can you bring some more? And a big tanker truck of oil comes and delivers it and dumps it off for you, and you've got oil again. And this year we cut it a little bit close. We sort of left it a little bit late before calling them up, and when we did call them up, they said, yeah, not a problem, we'll be there on Friday. Friday came, Friday went, no oil was delivered. So we called them up, said, you didn't deliver it. They said, oh yeah, we apologise, it'll be there as soon as. I said, well, you can't deliver it tomorrow because we're not there. Okay, they said, not a problem. 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later, and they still haven't delivered the oil. We have now run out of oil, we are fresh out, so here it is, end of February now, beginning of March, with no heating. It's a little bit cold. I've got slippers on, I've got a nice jumper on, I'm even wearing my hat most of the time to keep my head a little bit warmer. I've got a relatively big house and it takes a lot of power to heat it, so when we've got no heating at all, it gets very cold very quickly. The third thing, before I get into the real meat of this episode that I want to talk about, is what I talked about last month, which is my car. Any news on my car? The short answer, no. No news. I'm going to phone them up after recording this vlog. I tried to call them, was it yesterday or the day before? But I forgot it was a Sunday and they're not open on a Sunday. And I've sort of been so busy and half forgotten, half been busy with other things last month that I didn't get a chance to call them up. But I do have a sneaky suspicion that the car is probably done and fixed and ready, because whenever I take my car I always take my car to the same place to get serviced. It's the place where I bought the car. They are good guys there. They're usually pretty fair. I don't know. We'll find out if my opinion changes on that next month, maybe when I get the car back and I've had to pay them, or I found out how much it's going to cost me. I don't know how much it's going to cost yet, but maybe my opinion will change when I find that out. But whenever I take it to get a service there, I phone them up and I say, yeah, it needs a service. They say, yeah, not a problem. Drop it off at 8:30 or 9 in the morning. You can leave it here for the day and then come pick it up later on. So yeah, no problem. So on the day I take it in, I get a lift back home, and I wait and I wait and I wait, and it comes around to sort of 5 o'clock or 5:15, and I phone them up and I say, is the car done? You know, can I come pick it up? And they say, oh yeah, the car's been done since like 11:30 or by 12 o'clock it was finished. You can come and get it, no problem. Well, thanks for letting me know. Thanks for calling me, you know. Thanks for notifying me that I can come and pick up my car. So hard, and I've done it. I've had 2 or 3 services with them, and every time they've never called me. So it wouldn't surprise me if the car's been done for like 2 weeks and it's just been sitting there in their yard just not doing anything. Really wouldn't surprise me, so I need to call them up and find out exactly what's going on there. But other than that, no news. We've hopefully sort of got rid of the rats, or at least a little, maybe. I don't know. You can't really get rid of rats that easily, can you? We put some traps down. I think we caught one. One of our dogs caught one as well. It's not really the greatest thing for a dog to catch because it's pretty disgusting. But it's one rat less. That could have been the rat that done all the damage, so I don't really care. What is it? NSPCA, NSPCC? NSPCA, isn't it? Yeah, animals. NSPCC's children, yeah, animals. NSPCA, if you're watching this and you're offended that a rat was killed by a dog, if you pay the 2,000 odd pounds or 1,000 pounds, whatever that is going to cost me in order to fix my car, then I will happily apologise for not caring that that rat has died. But the thing that I want to talk about this episode is I'm nervous. Now, I don't get nervous that often. I'm a really laid back guy, real casual guy. I don't really care what goes on or what happens. Everybody else can run their race and I'll happily just sort of plod behind and just chill out. But for Christmas, from my parents, I got an experience day. And it was a surprise to me because I actually got one the year previous. I actually uploaded the video, or a video, of my last experience day where I got to race around in some very high performance cars around a racetrack. And it was a bunch of fun. I got 5 cars. I got the Aston Martin. I got Lamborghini. I can't even remember what Lamborghini was. You can go back and see the video. I'll try and link it in the description below if I can. But yeah, it was a really fun video. I got to drive around a load of cars. And I got a little bit nervous with that, but not too nervous. I don't think I was that nervous because I didn't know what to expect. And sometimes that works in your favour. Because I didn't know what was to come or what the protocol is and where you have to go and stuff like that, how it works, I was just sort of going with the flow, and you turn up, you follow the signs, and it's not really that much of a problem. I wasn't really that scared. And as far as driving these supercars go, my car's pretty fast, so it's not that I'm scared of high performance cars or crashing and stuff like that. I like driving fast, I like cars, so I wasn't really scared about that part of the things. And I knew the cars fairly well as well. You know, I'm a big car fan, big racing fan. But this year, for Christmas, I don't think I've spoken about it, I got another experience day car. This is what they... No joke, I accidentally threw it and it hit the stop recording button. That doesn't matter. So yeah, this is what they look like. They're like a little wallet thing. And inside, I'll just open it up here, it sort of all unfolds. And you get a little experience day card. Now, I'm not going to turn it around because my codes, my experience day voucher code or whatever is on the other side. But this year, I didn't get racing in a supercar, in the supercars. I got a picture here of what they look like, because I don't think many of you will know the exact name of them. But it's called stock car racing. And I think these are in, what are they called, like Super A-frames or something like that, they're called. F2. F2 stock cars, apparently, is the actual name. But that's what they look like. Okay? Now, I'm nervous this year about this one. For a number of reasons. Reason number one is, last time in the supercars, you weren't racing. You got in the car, you drove around the track as fast as you liked. You could go as fast or as slow. I went as fast as I could, but you go as fast or as slow as you like. You're not racing anybody else. Everybody goes out at different times. Cars are always going in and out of the pits as drivers are getting swapped to. As your turn finishes, someone else's turn starts. So yeah, it wasn't a problem. Occasionally you'd come across another car on the track and you'd just overtake them. I wasn't, or you'd get overtaken. I never got overtaken. I don't know if I got lucky or if I was just faster than the other people there, but I overtook a few people and it was no bother. This, though, with the stock car racing, is a race. Does it say on the back here? You hit the track for a full day of F2 stock car racing. No, not in that bit. I think it says on here. Basically, I don't need to read it word for word to you. It's racing against other people. I think it doesn't say how many, but I expect anything between 6 and 20 cars is what it usually is. I've been to watch stock car racing, or banger racing is more commonly known as here in the UK. I know in America it's mostly called stock car racing, where you crash into each other. You're not allowed to crash into each other in these vehicles, in those ones, but you are racing against other people. And that gets me a little bit nervous. I can't see me being the fastest person there, because I'm sure there's going to be people there that have done this before, or maybe do this kind of thing regularly. What I am a little bit nervous about is someone not as good as me hitting me and knocking me out of the race, or crashing me out. That I'm more nervous about that than I am really about anything else. I'm not a competitive person, apart from one scenario. I'm not competitive unless it's against my own family. If it's a family competition or a family game that we're playing, I want to win. I don't really care about winning or beating other people. I always want to beat my family, though. And this is where the next part of nerves come in. Not only did I get one of these, but my fiance got one of these, exactly the same, and so did my dad. So my mum got my dad, me, and my fiance exactly the same experience day. Now, I'm not nervous about... Well, maybe I should be. At the moment, now I've said it, I might be. I'm not nervous about losing against my fiance. She's a confident driver. It's not like she's scared of driving, but I do think this will make her very nervous and very cautious. So I don't think that I've got a problem of beating her around the track. My dad, he's been driving many, many years. He's been driving for a lot longer than I have. He's not a fast driver. He's a very slow driver. He doesn't drive fast on the road whatsoever. He's always under the speed limit. He's very careful, very cautious, very good, very legal. But he's quite competitive with me as well. Me and my dad play snooker pretty much every day in our snooker room. We play usually 3 frames every day, or try to at least. And we're very competitive against each other. So that's got me a little bit nervous as well. I'm actually going to be racing against other people, and I'm going to be racing against my family. That's pretty nerve-wracking to me. It's not the only thing that I get to do there, though. There's 3 qualifying rounds. 2 practice sessions, 2 heats, and a grand final. So you have the practice, you sort of get used to the car, I suppose, and maybe it's a sort of qualifying thing as well. 2 heats, so usually I suppose it's going to be 2 groups. Let's say, to make numbers easy, we'll say 2 groups of 6 people. And the first group of 6 people will race first, and the top 3 will go through to the grand final. Then the other group of 6 racers, those top 3 go through to the grand final, and then the grand final will be a race of 6 as well. I don't know if that's the numbers. I have no idea how many cars there are. I don't know how big. Maybe it's 20 cars per heat. Maybe it's 3 cars per heat. I just really don't know. But that's the layout. And then there's also a professional. It actually has brackets around it. Professional off-road challenge in a rear-wheel drive Ford Capri, and the Dell Boy challenge in a race-prepared Reliant Robins, and the nag drag, where you drive blindfolded around the course with your partner as your guide. So that, not only is it the practice sessions, the heats, and the grand finals, I also have to do off-roading in a Ford Capri, which is a relatively old vehicle. I'm sure some of you older viewers will remember what the Ford Capri is, or some of you car fans will know what a Ford Capri is. But yeah, I get to race off-road in one of those. They're not really off-road cars. The Dell Boy Challenge is Only Fools and Horses, a British program. Only Fools and Horses. It's an old comedy, and the main vehicle, like the star car in that TV show, was the Reliant Robin, which is the little 3-wheeler car. I'm sure you guys have watched the Top Gear episode. It wasn't that long back that it was on, where he kept rolling it. Well, apparently they've got a race-prepared Reliant Robin, and then there's the nag drag, driving blindfolded around the course with your partner as your guide. Now, I don't know if that means my partner as in my living partner, so as in my fiance, my girlfriend, my fiance, or as in they're actually going to stick you with a random partner like a school partner would be, and I drive blindfolded and he tells me where to go, or she tells me where to go, and then he or she drives and I tell them where to go. That's gonna be a little bit nerve-wracking. In all honesty, I don't know if I would want my fiance to be directing me round the track. She's one of these people that could quite easily get her lefts and her rights mixed up in the heat of battle. Like, if she's a little bit scared and she says turn left when she actually means turn right, things can go wrong very, very quickly. So I'm not nervous about the off-roading in the Ford Capri. I'm not nervous about the race-prepared Reliant Robins. I'm not really that worried or scared about the blindfolded challenge either. I am... Scared is the wrong word. Nervous and excited are the best words for it. For the actual main event, for the actual racing part. Again, because I'm racing against my family mostly. And I don't know. I want you guys to put in the comment section. I want you guys to let me know how you deal with nerves. Like, what do you do? My girlfriend eats. My fiance eats. If she's nervous, she'll have a sweet or something like that, and she'll eat something to calm her down. I usually sleep, I think, is the way that I usually deal with nerves. Like I remember when I was in school, if there was an exam coming up that I was a little bit nervous about, I would usually try and sleep for, if I could, to try and sort of calm everything down a little bit. But everybody deals with nerves in different ways, so if you guys can let me know how you deal with nerves, maybe you can help me out. And if you've done anything like this before, let me know in the comments section as well. Maybe your insight will give me a little bit of an advantage over the rest of my family. Maybe, if you've got some good insight or some good tips. It's been ages since I've actually gone to watch banger racing. A friend of mine actually owns my local banger racing circuit, or stock car racing circuit. So I get in for free whenever I want to go. And just get to go in there and watch. And a lot of my friends actually do the racing there as well. So I'm familiar with how it all works. And I know the rules of the race, and I know all that stuff. But I've never driven them before. They are pretty crazy looking. And as far as recording goes, before we end off, as far as recording goes, in the high performance cars that I done last year for my experience day, there was something called a media package, and it was like, I think 40 quid, 40 pounds, and basically it recorded the dash cam footage inside the vehicle, and then you got to take it home on a USB stick, which is how I then showed you guys on that video. And that was really useful. It meant that I didn't have to use my GoPro and set all that up and ask for permission and all that kind of stuff. With these ones, I don't know if it's going to be the same. I have no idea if these things are going to have cameras built into them. In all honesty, I doubt it, because usually the tracks are so small that officials can see what's going on anyway. Maybe they have to put the cameras in there for insurance purposes. I haven't really got a clue. But if they don't have a camera in it, I don't think that I'm going to be allowed to put my GoPro in there anyway. Because, one, I don't think it'll stay on. It'll be very shaky, very loud. I don't think you'll be able to see too much either with it all shaking about. I don't think it'll stay on. And maybe even for safety reasons, I don't think that you'll probably be allowed to have it in there. Hopefully there'll be some sort of video recording thing there. Maybe they record it from outside the track or something like that, because I would really like to show you guys how it all went. What I will do when I go is I'll try and take as many pictures as I possibly can, and I don't know, maybe I'll be able to record some stuff on the GoPro outside of the car. Maybe there's some stuff in the pits that I can record or something like that. Maybe I can record other people's races, so you'll get to sort of see how it worked, and maybe I'll be able to explain a little bit as well. But yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. Talking to you guys hasn't really helped that much either about it. It's, if anything, has made me a little bit more nervous. I still need to book it though. I don't actually have the date. I need to ring them up and find out what date it is. I'll try and aim for some time in goodish weather if I can. I got really lucky last year and got like this beautiful sunny day I don't mind driving in the wet, obviously, but it would obviously be more beneficial to race in the dry. It'd be a lot faster, won't it? But I need to phone them up and find out what day it is. You never know, it might be next week. When I phone them up and say, yeah, I want to do this is my number, and they might go, oh yeah, we've got a slot next week, the last slot. No, hopefully there's loads of slots. I need to phone up and book all 3 for me, my fiance, and my dad. So yeah. If you guys enjoyed the vlog, then let me know. Hit that like button. It shows your support. Leave a comment in the comment section below regarding the questions that I've asked this episode, or anything that you want to ask me. And I shall see you in next month's vlog. Bye!